Hello and welcome everyone here for the last round of Season 2 of the OSRL F1 Tier 1 in Brazil, race 21 of a great season. And the championship is still open. We've got the battle between Kazai and Kuhn for the last race as Wheel of Gaming gets in the way of Jonas here in qualifying already. Not the best way to start the qualifying session off for Jonas. It was a bit unlucky, as there was no real possibility to get out of the way, and there are going to be some worries after the session. We've got our new Tier 1 guy for next season already racing today, Sandro, making his appearance here. Also Mache in Tier 1 for today, the reserve driver. Missed a lot of races than last time, but now he's back for last race of the season in Brazil. Of course, we've got the Tier 2 race this evening too, but there's the championship is there already decided. Jonas would have won 14.4, but that's just because of everything. Drips with an 8.5 to start the qualifying off with a fast lap. That's a great lap, I think. And now Jonas coming down to the line. Where will he come home? It is a 1.8.6 right behind Drips. So the drivers are starting the laps off really good. Sumo with a 1.95. Of course, we just had the OSRL talk episode 3 before the race, so we were just talking to some of the guys. And Kazai coming onto his lap now, he definitely wants to win the championship. That's why he's going to qualifying today. As you see, Sandro setting his first lap in Tier 1. 1.91, good lap by him. Better faster than Suma, but Suma said it is definitely not his track. It's really quick. But I really want to know where Jonas can finish 4 seconds quicker. It is a 1.88. So the Ferrari boys looking quick from the start. Really from the beginning. Looking to get some Cryptox on an invalid lap. Now coming down to the first corner to set. Coming onto his lap. I think the next guy to set a lap should be, I think, Steven. No, Steven also on an invalid lap. Ooh, Ola Hoop on the mediums. He is the next guy to set his lap. And it will be a 1.10.5, but Wheel of Gaming did a 1.96 on the mediums. Very impressive lap by the Alfa Romeo driver here. It's really impressive. 1.10.5 is definitely a good lap. 1.96 for Wheel of Gaming, of course. The wrong guy, but Kazai with the fastest first sector. It's looking good for him so far. As Prince, I think Prince spun. Yeah, Prince is in the grass. I think he really spun the car around. That's Kazai on his lap right now. Of course, he's the fastest driver. He's the championship leader, and he needs to finish 10th or 9th with the fastest lap to win the championship today. As, of course, Kuhn is 23.5 points behind the Mercedes driver, and I think there's nothing really that he can really do against it. It's of course in Kazai's own power to win the championship today. But maybe there are some senior changes today, and it will be a great lap from the start. 1.88, P3 right behind, just in front of Jonas, 1,000th of a second in front of him. He probably made some mistakes in the last sector, because he would have easily come onto the pole, I think. Mache with a 1.95. Lewis and Suma the next guys to start their laps, and as we can see in the qualifying right now, the first laps is already really competitive, and with the track getting better and better, I think it should get the times should get better. I think we could see some guys going into the low 7s, maybe. I think Lewis' lap is definitely not the best lap that he ever did on this track. 52.3. Second sector. Probably come home in between about P4 and 5, I think. Somewhere there. Line. It is P5. As I said, he's just come in between Jonas and Kuhn. So good lap by Luis. Starts lap is Jonas. I think Shadow, Cyber, and Cryptos, all the guys without a lap. Shadow also on an invalid lap again. He's starting it again. It's his, I think, third lap on, or is this? Yeah, it's his first lap. So the second lap that he's coming on now. Nearly invalidated in turn 1. Stuyven now coming home for another lap. Yeah, Stuyven also in the championship fight for P5 with Sumo was 15.5 points behind. Shadow 90 points behind, so Shadow probably won't get him anymore. But there is a slight possibility that he could make it. Of course, that's unknown. But I don't think he will. Jonas with an invalid lap. Also not good from him. Next guy coming home for the lap is Shadow. This lap is really looking good so far for him. Making big mistakes. 52.0. That was a good middle sector because Louis did a 52.2, I think. If he can keep that speed up, he will be right there at the top. Of course, Haas is still fighting for the Constructors' Championship. It puts him in P2 in front of Jonas. And good lap by him. Next guy to set his lap is Cyber, who's also on his first time lap. It will count. It will be a 1.87. It's P4 for him. Great lap in front of Kazai. The next guy to come home should be Kuhn. Was of course fighting for the championship. He comes home in P5 right in front of Kazai. The championship rivals there, fighting with each other, but everyone qualifying on the softs, of course. That's all I hope now. The next guy to set a lap. Cryptox still without a lap. So, pretty interesting to see that he hasn't done anything yet. He's not on the track yet at the moment. As Olop is five times up already. Not white, you're nearly losing the back end of the car, but the lap still counts. He's going on. And let's see where he can go. Jonas now with the fastest lap. As Kazai is on his out lap. Now coming over the line. But Jonas looking quick. Of course, and both Ferraris have won last season here. It was Jonas in P2, who is of course has always been a Ferrari driver. The other Jonas only at Ferrari this season. He's driven for Williams last season and won it there. But yeah, he looks to get back up there as he's missed some races due to connection problems, not getting into the lobby and stuff. But now he's back, probably better than ever. As Olahoop is now setting a 1.93. And Grips also on a lap now. Ooh, and Jonas in P2. Yeah, it's Jonas in P1 and P2 right now. Next guy to come home should be... I think it should be Kazai. Yeah, 4 times up already. That would put him into pole position. But let's look what he can do with the lap. But he can go through the last sector. It will be a shootout for a pole. And I think Kazai will get the pole. It is a 1.83. It's not far. Jonas is not that far behind, but the pole will really be a shootout. It will really come down to the lap. Drip's now coming over the line. He is faster. It is P3 for him. And of course, P1 and P3 are only in between. One time, maybe it's... We can watch what Sandro can do. Of course, Sandro, new Q1 driver for next season. He will try to be as competitive as possible today. Now coming to the pits again. Next driver to come home should be, I think, Martin. No, Martin is letting Luis get past. Next guy come home is Luis, who's only P9 right now, but the field is so close. Look, it's only a second between P11 and P1. And it could even get closer at the front, at the top, as Luis is now coming home to finish his lap. And it definitely was better than his first run. It will be P2 for him. 10,000th of a second right behind Kazai there. Good lap from the Alfa Romeo driver. Definitely good to see him doing well. But coming to the pits. Should be Suma. No, it's not Suma, who's also in an invalid lap, only P14. Prince in P11, improving by 3/10. That would put him into P10 right now. As Sandro did a 188, he's really, really competitive. Prince came over the line. 5/10 improving, but he's right behind Sandro, but it didn't put him further. As Wheel of Gaming is in the wall. Wheel of Gaming has crashed in the qualifying session here in Brazil. I'm not sure what happened there. But of course he crashed. He lost a lot of his front wing. There's Diver now coming onto another lap. Shadow on a lap. Green coming onto his lap. I think the next guy to finish a lap should be Prince to the lap. I think Suma is trying to get another lap in. Although Hoop retired from the session in the pits. Starting in P12. At most. Of course there are still the guys from behind coming to get his spot. Suma's really not enjoying this track, as you can see on his driving style. Not really doing good. Jonas should be the next guy to come onto the lap as Suma comes into the pits again. No fuel left whatsoever. That's probably the reason why he came on. Shadow now coming onto the lap. Or is he coming into the pits, or he is coming into the pits. Alright, it's Kuhn who is improving. Also probably jumping up to like P4 or 5 or whatever, I'm not quite sure. The best line possible here. And it will be P5 for him. Behind Drips. Ooh, that will definitely make a close one. Kuhn of course needs to win the race and Kazai is in pole. So everything will be very, very close. Saber now coming onto his lap. Next guy to come from behind is Jonas, who's on a lap. Jonas nearly spins it. I think he lost some time there. Of course, he's still trying to fight for that pole position, and he's currently 2/10 down on a lap. So he might go in again and just quickly change his tires again to get onto another lap. No, he's not. He's finishing the lap. I think that's his qualifying done then. And yeah, he did improve a bit, but it wasn't enough for anything. Machi is also coming into this lap now. There was one, I think it was Steven who crashed. No, it was Martin driving off the track. Steven currently on a fast lap. By 1/10, that would put him into P7. Running over the curb, now he's getting that. A bit of a tow from Martin, from his teammate. Worked out pretty well in Abu Dhabi for him. As Martin comes in the pits, that was really, really clever. And Steven comes home in P4 due to that tow, putting him in P4, and Kuhn dropping down the order at the moment, but he, of course, has another shot at a lap once he's doing it. But I think there's no guy on the lap right now. Okay, yeah, Cryptox is on one. He's the next guy to do one. And of course, he needs to do something. He's on an out lap. Machi on a lap. It's not invalid yet, so it's gonna watch him. 5/10's improving. It's P12 right now for him then. I think going on to season 3 after that race, I think it will be a very, very close season. It will be the closest one we've seen yet. So I'm really exciting. It's really going to be exciting how close the whole field will be next season. As Mache comes home in P12 in front of Olahoop. Everyone behind it also has got some laps that he can probably do better on. Of course, Kuhn is not out yet. Oh yeah, he's just coming out. 140 left. And the guys that are still in the pits, so Martin, Olahoop, and of course Jonas are not going out again. Martin is coming out again, but it will be close when it comes to that time. Will be very, very close for him. He's coming out of the pits with 1:10 left, so exactly the lap time. Shadow retires from the session, and Cryptox was involved in something. He's retired from the session. I think they crashed or something. Steven retired in the session. There's Sandro coming from behind. But standing in the way there. Suma also retires from the session. Only P15 for him. Next guy to set a lap should be... Not quite sure who's the next guy to set a lap. I think it's really Sandru. Everyone else on out laps. Sandru, I don't know if he's improving right now. So he's coming over the line. And it will be a... one... Yeah, he did not improve, I think. But he's going on to another lap. And it will be very close. Where's Jonas right now on the track? Okay, Jonas will be the last guy to settle lap, to get onto his lap. 7 seconds, so it will be close. Will he make it over the line? I think he will. 2, 1. And yeah, he just made it. He barely made it over the line, but he did. In time. Jonas the first guy to settle lap. Prain's not fast enough. I think he had no fuel or something. Jonas now up into P5. Great lap by him. Kuhn only in P7. His qualifying is already done. Rudolph Gaming is out of the qualifying session. Luis now coming for that pole. He is improving 1/10. That will put him into provisional pole for the moment. But of course, Kazai is still getting faster and faster as Luis comes on the line. 181. Great lap. And Kazai is on his way. He's even trying to get a tow from Drips, his new teammate, and it will put him into pole. 179. What a lap. Jonas not fast on his lap right now. Not improving. Martin on the last two guys set a lap. As Martin made a mistake and he ran off the track. Jonas improving by 2 attempts. That could even put him into P2 or P1 if he can even improve more. He is now coming down to the final turn a bit, and now he's coming over the line. It will be P3, I guess. Did not improve. In the end, it got a place. He was improving by 2 attempts, but I think he lost something in the last sector or something. He must have. It showed up on my screen. It was improving by 2 attempts. I would have put him into P1. But yeah, it's Kazai in P1, 179. A great lap that was faster than I think Tang in the F1 Esports series in Brazil last week. So because I think he did a 1.8 or something. And Luis also not far behind. And we've got everyone until I think P12 or something in the top in 1 second. So it's really close today. Everyone's got the pace, but now we'll have to see how the race will go on. But as of right now, everything's of course looking good for Kazai. Everyone's looking at the starting tires for everyone. It is soft for everyone, but Wheel of Gaming got kicked out, I think, before the race started, and he wasn't able to rejoin in time. coming home onto their grid spots for the last time this season. Will be very, very exciting to see what will happen after the start with Kazai, of course, in P1. He only needs to finish 10th or 9th with the fastest lap to win the championship. And then everything might be over, even if Kuhn would win. And it's not looking good for him right now. Of course, he probably threw it away himself in the US Grand Prix. But the drivers are coming home now. Everyone's standing on the grid. I think we are ready now for the Brazilian Grand Prix, last race of Season 2, as it's lights out and away we go for the last time this season. And there is Jonas getting a bad start. Of course, Simon already up into P2. Luis and Kazai's really close fighting here, but everyone's came off the grid really well. Kuhn still in P7 only, but he is not allowed to lose anything. And there's a McLaren. There's Sandro in his first race. Out of it. And there's Malte out. And Suma also. Both crashed. There's a safety car coming out. And there was a big crash in the back. There was a big crash. Yeah, F1 should really improve their spectator mode. Yeah. I mean, it's not bad, but they definitely should improve some things. But Jonas dropped down from the start. Starting in P3, only P5 now. Kazai in P2. He lost that place to Luis at the start. But there was that big crash involving Mache. And Suma, I'll just try something. I'll just try to see something. What happened there? And Sandro definitely needs to pit this lap. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I need to look at it. But of course the safety car's out, and we really want to know who will pit. There's definitely some guys. Pitting is only one guy. Oh no, it's Jonas, the other Jonas, also in the pits. I'm not sure why. Did he get damaged or... No, he's just switching for the mediums. He's now going back to the back of the grid. And Kazai is not... It's not looking good. Or Strips is driving next to Stuyven here. He's letting the AI drive. Unas in P6. I'm not quite sure why. He got past Brains somehow. Under the safety car. I don't think so. He got past him in lap 1. Oh no, he got the place from Jonas. But that's why he's up there. My bad. They're really coming close here under the safety car. I really don't know what happened there. Don't know why Sandro hit the wall. Then he went against one of these guys. Oh no, Mache and Suma crashed each other out into the wall where... into the right wall there. Into that black wall, which I can show you next lap. I think Mache pulled Suma a bit because they touched on the right rear tire of Suma, and that's why both guys went into the wall. Once these guys are back there, I'll show you guys what happened or where they touched. But it's right now they're still coming for turn 1. Everyone as Shadow pits now. Early pit stop for him. It's a late pit stop, given the fact that the safety car was still out. But now here on the right side at the black wall, where the safety car is now coming through here on the right side, Suma and Mache touched, and they both went into the wall. There's no space given for any of them, and I think that's definitely Stuyven into P5, 100%. He's got that P5 safe, unless Shadow wins the race, which is definitely not happening, I think. Would have been great if there was a replay system. Yeah, if there was like certain situations, if you could just choose the start or something. Just if you could like get a bit more detail in that, like on the left side, like with the gamer text and something like that. If that overlay would be a bit better, but maybe they've changed some things for next season, for the next game coming out on the 10th of July. So I'm pretty excited to see what they've done new. Of course, the Spanish Grand Prix, the track in Barcelona is looking better, to be honest. Of course, there's still a lot of things missing and a lot of wrong things, but the last sector looks way better than in real life, than in this game. Of course, not in real life, but in this game, the last sector was undrivable. There's still Stuyven and Kasai driving next to each other, and Lewis will have the chance to do the restart now. And everyone's really going slowly. They're next to each other, everyone. He's really trying to do a Verstappen restart as in real life. He's really letting everyone close up. Let's hope that there won't be any damage given due to this. And Lewis has now done the restart. There's a collision between drips. Ooh, and there's nearly contact between Stuyven and Kasai. Coming down into turn 1. Stuyven going down the inside. He's still fighting with Kasai. When they touch a bit, they're side by side going through turn 1 and 2. There's a contact between Drips and Kasai, the future teammates. It's not Kasai dropped down to P5. Stuyven and Drips fighting. Still on P2. Jonas got past Kuhn right behind him. The championship rivals now right in P5 and P6 as Drips tries to get past Stuyven on the grass, but he did not get the move done, but it was a bit risky. Trying to just get over the grass there. Kuhn is right at the back of Kasai, nearly touching him. Of course now he needs to get past him. Should really keep it close. I think Lewis really did the restart well over the line, but Stuyven's coming closer. I think at the back there's nothing what really happened. I think everyone still there without damage or something. Kuhn is the closest guy on the grid. In the top 6. He's right there behind Kasai. As Luis 112, Stuyven with the fast lap, not Luis. Bit weird why Luis didn't get it. Because of course he's in P1. Probably would have the fastest lap. But who needs to get Kasai, as I said. Needs to get him in the next few laps before the pit stop start. Coming in, as Suma has left the session, of course, he was involved in that crash with Marche in lap 1, which caused the safety car. Jonas nearly losing it. He stayed on the track, he somehow saved it. Now Kasai is right up his back. Of course, the adrenaline and Kuhn definitely the adrenaline, but like pressure on Kuhn is definitely on because he's right behind his championship rival. And he really hopes for a mistake, but he needs to he definitely needs to look out for himself not making any mistakes. Martin gets past Prince for P7. Everyone is close. The only guy that's really losing some time is Martin. 1.3 seconds behind top 6, but the top 6 all in the DRS zone. Everyone's setting fastest laps. Jonas with the fastest lap at the moment. These guys are so close. They're P3 and P6 only in like 1.5 seconds between them. Simon losing a bit of time to Luis as Drips now tries to get past. As Drips and Jonas are fighting. One current F1 Ferrari driver versus the next Ferrari driver in Season 3. As Drips will, of course, take the Ferrari seats with Kasai. Both big Ferrari fans. Drips, of course, Italian. Italian. And gaming is out again. And of course, it would definitely be good. 2 big Ferrari fans in the same team. Then we've got Luis and Jonas in the McLaren, so that will also be nice. As Luis has lost some time, Stuyven is right behind him. Right in the back, in his rear. And Stuyven will try to attack him now with DRS. Down the inside into turn 1. Even gets him on the straight. Fastest lap for Stuyven. And he has got Luis for P1. Nice maneuver by the Red Bull driver, looking Get some points for the team. And there was a spin. It was Ola Hoop. Was involved in something. There were some bits flying around. I think it was Ola Hoop. Luis is still right there. Kuhn, the only guy losing some time. 9/10 behind Kazai. As Kazai is in a good position to win the title, as Luis is really struggling a lot. Touching with Derps here. Derps now tries to go down the inside. He does the Hamilton. Or he does not. Thankfully, he does not spin him around. It's a late move. Luis was turning in, but the gap has formed between Jonas and Brains. 2 seconds. Like the field is really pulling away now. The top 6 are still very, very close together, but then Martin and Brains driving alone on the track. Then we've got Cryptox, Jonas, and the guys behind that. Ooh, Jonas coming to the pits again. He had damage. I think he touched with Ola Hoop or something. Ola Hoop gets the 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so also not good for him. As we now have Kazai and DRS of Jonas, Jonas DRS of Drips, and now we see DRS trains really opening up. As Ola Hoop and Jonas on hards, trying to make it to the end, but of course, very bad time pit stop for them. As of course Jonas already was in the pits. And there's Sander spinning around in his first tier 2 race. I'm not quite sure what happened to him, tier 1 race. But the guys at the back are really proven to make some mistakes in the race, but top 6 still close. Martin trying to catch up. Everyone getting their DRS except for Stipe and of course MP1. I think it's needed for Kuhn really to get past Kazai, but he is not able to. He's always dropping down a bit, but Kazai of course the fastest driver overall the whole season long. Maybe a bit unlucky of course Kuhn. He would have been close in the championship, but his spin in the US in the last corner when Kazai pitted again, it really cost him a lot. It did not. Some races really didn't go well for him, but he was able to win in Abu Dhabi and take it to the last round. But of course, he needs to win, and Kazai at best not finishing the race, which is definitely a bit unrealistic. And Sander now pitting for the first time, going onto the hards probably, also making it to the end then. But Drips is right behind Luis. These guys are fighting so many laps now, 5 laps already. And it looks like Kuhn can't really follow the pace of the guys in front. He really tries to stay behind Kazai, but he can't get any close like Drips, Jonas and Kazai to the guys in front. And Stipe is pulling away. Really looking good today. Sander now out of the pits. But now the DRS train is still coming on. It's so hard to overtake with everyone getting DRS in the game. Just have to stay behind them and hope for mistakes, but top guys are not really prone to make mistakes. Kuhn is out of DRS. They're trying to stay in the DRS, but he's not able to. He got DRS, but it's 1.1 seconds now. As Luis is always getting in the middle sector to get closer to Stipe, but he can't make that move done. Kazai gets past Jonas. 4p4. Drips gets the penalty. The first penalty for the top 6 guys. And Kuhn needs everyone to still fight for some time there. And you can see these guys are always pulling away from behind, but Kuhn just is even not, can't stay there for long enough. I think with how the race is going on, Kazai definitely looks to win it. Looks to win it all. To become the second champion of the OSRL after Sergio, of course, won it in Season 1. As Drips and Luis fighting wheel to wheel, coming down into turn 1. Kazai with the fastest lap, and there's Drips going down the inside of Luis. Luis is still trying to stay there. Great fighting, and Luis is still in P2. Drips trying to come back. Both guys still have that DRS, but Kazai is right behind. Will he make the move down the inside? He does not. Just lets them fight, does not try to risk anything. This time, he tries to risk something. Gets past Drips coming out of turn 3. And it puts him into P3, and Kuhn still hasn't got anything. Drips now going down the inside, and now Kazai maybe has lost 2 positions. But Jonas won't stay there. Jonas, the other Jonas Navarre, gets his first penalty. And look at how close they are on the track. But Kuhn needs to make a move on some guy. There's 10 laps on the softs, everyone. Dogs is guy that's most behind everyone on these tires. And Kazai is gaining on Drips, and Drips is moving in front of him. Drips really tries to keep the position as Jonas now gets past and touches him a bit. That now makes Kuhn right behind him. Was hard defending by Drips, but I think it was fair. But that's the that's the biggest TRS train I've seen in a long time. Of course, Luis can't get past Ivan, which is definitely the most weird thing I've seen in some time, because of course Luis is really fast, has proven to be one of the best guys here this season, but Simon really looks like the guy to beat at the moment. And for the for the Constructors' Championship, it's also not looking good for Haas, as Kuhn and Shadow both in the points. Suma out, but of course Kazai is still in front of them and he's making more points than him. It's not helping them at all. Jonas is really coming close to Drips. But now it's all about the patience to just get closer and closer and make that move, but I think some guys don't have it. I think we'll just see some dive bombs now in the next few laps. Drips is always getting closer. Only going to the back of him. As Martin and France are fighting for P7. Martin still staying in front. And Kuhn is out of the DRS again. And he really seems to struggle on these soft tires, so he is not able to really keep it up with the guys in front, so I think it's not good for him today. It's really not looking good at all. But of course, in the practice sessions that we've had before, Kazai always looked like the fastest guy. Of course, after the start, he dropped down a few places. Even after the restart, he dropped down to P5. But so that's a good restart by Luis that caught everyone off guard, as he's now coming closer and closer to Steven. Always nearly touching him. Jonas now gets the penalty. Most penalties can also affect the race results in the end. Yeah, looks like very low down for Kuhn. He's really struggling a lot in the middle sector, where he's losing a massive amount of time. And he's not really gaining either on the straight, so I'm not quite sure what his setup is looking like, because there's not a lot of places on the track where he's really gaining a lot, especially when the other guys aren't fighting, and he's just not coming closer. There's a slight touch from Jonas. As Drips, Kazai now getting past both of these guys around the outside. Make that move done after Drips touching Kazai a bit. Kazai still staying on the track. And now the top two guys have gained a bit of an advantage here. It's now Pittergirl. I don't think he has any damage, and now they're going 3 wide. Nearly going 3 wide. Drips made no space there. Jonas tries to go down the inside. He's touching a bit with Drips, but he got Kazai back. Kazai lost both places again after the straight. As Cryptox coming into the pits, I just want to see what these guys are doing, as Luis is still staying behind him. It doesn't look like he has damage, so I'm not quite sure why he's not really getting a move down or something. As Kazai still stays behind him, because I would have expected him to be on the pace of Kazai and just be able to make a move at some point, but he isn't at the moment. He's able to just to really get back to all the guys in front again, but it's not really closing in. So I think he just needs to be patient, and maybe his time will come to get places, but it won't get him that much, as Kazai definitely needs to drop down a lot in the standings. Sandro also gets the penalty now, but he's down in last place. Not the best first race for him, but very unlucky as Jonas comes in the pits now. He's the first guy to pit, trying that undercut. The closest battle is still on track, next to the top guys. It's of course Stuyven and Lewis now. Tries to get that move down on Stuyven. It was a hard-hearted attack by Luis down the inside into turn 3, but the move didn't work, and he is still on P2. But Kuhn is, as I said, he's not coming closer. He's always losing some time. I really want to, after the race, I'm definitely going to talk to him about why he hasn't been able to really get to the maximum. So maybe a change of events like somehow could be something, but it looks like the sky is getting darker. But maybe if it's still getting darker, as Kazai and Drips, Luis and Kazai all in the pits now. Kuhn sets the fastest lap, and now Kuhn is really getting up the pace, I think. He now needs to get fastest lap in that he said all race long, because overcut needs to be the one thing that helps him, as Luis comes up behind everyone. Luis in P2 lost a lot of time, a massive amount of time in the pits. We lost their place to Kazai, which is a bit weird. Jonas rejoins ahead of both of them. Kuhn is closing in on Drips. I think now all of a sudden Kuhn is getting closer. Yeah, Luis didn't have a penalty, from what I know. Because otherwise he would have been yeah, he hasn't got a penalty. He would have been way far behind if he would have had a penalty. Not only 1 second. Because Kuhn and Dripson both need to pit this lap. Pit entry. But the one thing that they need to nail. He gets in. Now the important factor is, when will these guys come in? Prince trying to undercut on Martin, who's still staying out. I don't know why. He's going to lose a massive amount of time. Now all these guys are coming. Drips is now coming out of his pit box. Behind Drips. And Prince is right behind him. Also, somehow he made that. I want to know where Kuhn... Yeah, Kuhn has got had a 5-second penalty. This is what he had. Drips had 2 penalties. 2 5-second penalties. Jonas fighting with Stuyven. Jonas up into P1. Into net P1, of course. Martin and Shadow both still to pit, but Shadow going onto the softs, I guess. Back again. Yeah, Kuhn had 1. I forgot that, but it looked like Drips had 2 of them. So yeah, he definitely had 1 after touching Jonas, but I think he had another one. Yeah, he had another one. So this race is done. But the race has even got worse for Kuhn due to that penalty. Martin now in the pits. He will lose every place. Will even lose place to every guy behind him. And behind Shadow, everyone is coming closer. We have to see where these guys can come out. Martin now coming out, and maybe he will even make it out in front of Drips and Kuhn. And now coming from behind, and Martin is coming out in front of Kuhn. It's another lost place. And yeah, he needs to stay behind him. And I think this is it at the moment. There's not much to be done for the Haas drivers. Of course, Jonas in a net lead. Maybe Shadow will hold him up a bit. Some team order things. Cyan before right. At the back of Stuyven. And Kazai is coming closer and closer towards the win. Oh, OSRL Tier 1 Season 2. 3 chances behind the guys in front, but of course Kuhn needs to win. He's only in P8. It's not looking like he will get further up. Martin now getting past Strips, who went onto the Haas, which is definitely not the right call, I think. Mediums would have been the right call, of course. Kuhn needs to get past him somehow. Down the inside into turn 5, I think. He stays behind him. Yeah, Drips gets another penalty. Drips has a lot of penalties that would definitely put Kuhn at a net P7 with the penalties being added on. As Shadow is staying out. I'm not quite sure when he will come into the pits on the mediums. Nokusai making a move down the inside of Stuyven for P3, and that's the move done for him. Mercedes up into P3. It looks like the Mercedes team can celebrate both championships today. Stuyven can come back now into turn 3 with the DRS. Kuhn gives another penalty, but he does not get Kazai back. He's right up his ass. He's trying to get him, but he does not. Nearly losing the back of the car. And he stays behind him. Kazai in P3, coming closer and closer towards his goal. And Kuhn is in that train there. 4-way train for P6. Kuhn still stuck in P8. The DRS train. It's not that easy to overtake people in DRS trains, so we'll be stuck behind that for some time. And he needs to hope for Kazai to crash out, the safety car to come out, and then to win it somehow, but I think it's fairly unlikely that this won't happen. Even though the clouds are getting darker, and we might see some rain, even though there's still the sun's still shining a bit through the clouds, but maybe we'll see some rain at some point of the last 14 laps. Tries to go around the outside of Drips, and he has got the move done. No, Drips is still there. He stayed in front of him, but now with DRS. Drips on the straights. Kuhn is not really... He's not fast enough to get there. Kuhn is getting Alonso from Abu Dhabi. I don't even think he's getting Alonso because he wasn't... Because his pace wasn't there. His pace just wasn't there to win it. And he's not getting Alonso because, of course, Kazai has been leading to the championship the whole season, and definitely, if Kazai wins, it definitely deserved championship, and everything's looking like it. And honestly, as you can see, he's not coming closer, but big question is, when will Shadow pit? Maybe he will hold up some of the guys in front, but Martin is 8 seconds behind P5, and these guys are so far... These guys are not close to each other, so I don't think he will even help if he holds them up for a second or something. Signer right behind Jonas. It's another place that he could get. And of course, it would be nice for Kozai to end the season with a win. Because he's been the dominant driver for the whole season long. He's been the guy to beat. And it does not change today. Never changed today from the start, but now it's even more the thing for him to be beaten. But now with DRS, Jonas without DRS, maybe it will be the time for him now to go down the inside of Jonas. It will be P2 for Kozai, and that is the net lead of the race. And he can't do anything against it. So he will just pull away now. And probably do it, as there's no one next to him anymore. The train is still so close, but Kuhn can't get past anyone. And that really says a lot about the race today. Maybe Kuhn has a wet stop already if there's rain. I don't think so. Because if there will be rain, it will be for like 3 seconds. But Kozai is coming in again. Going on to softs again. I think he wants the fastest lap to make sure that Kuhn can't win anything. He will drop down to P9, which is even enough to win it. Doesn't want to get the win to end it. But I don't know why he pitted again. Probably. I mean, he didn't want to be safe and do it, but that's now P6 for Kuhn. But he's losing time to the guys in front. So Shadow needs to really hold him up. And the guys in front need to crash. Jonas with the fastest lap now. Of course, Kozai will get it. Yes, that's Kuhn. He's losing some time to drifts, even though he is on better tires. And Shadow is now, Jonas is now in the DRS of Shadow. So it will probably be this lap where he gets past him. Simon and Louis still fighting for net P2. And Sandra in the pits again. He will get lapped probably, or he won't. It will be close, but might not be best first race for him. Of course, he had that spin in lap 1, and then had another spin, I think, in turn 4 in lap 10 or something. I'm not quite sure. But it really looks like he's getting lapped. Jonas with another fastest lap. He's just flying on track right now, braking late. And Sandra is now really getting lapped, coming out of the pits. I think... yeah, he's still racing, he didn't even leave, so... yeah, Kozai with the fastest lap. It's now everything safe for him in P9 with the fastest lap, so... safe again, he just wants to make some overtakes. But Jonas can't get past him right now. Martin and Prain still fighting for P7, but Kuhn is losing that time, he's not. Shadow could have won this race if he went on hards under the SC. Yeah, I don't think he would have won it. Because the guys behind him are so fast and they will get him sooner or later. And now I don't think he will make it to the end of these tires, but maybe he can pull a Facteo and make it to the end. Of course, 9 laps to go. But there's still There's still some sunshine as Shadow is now coming in. No, he's not. It looks like, I really thought that he would come in now, but Jonas will try to make a move on him. Next lap, this lap even, I think. As he's close enough to make one. 3/10 of a second. 4/10 now, but yes, no, he's not close enough yet. But he will make it in the end. Of course, Shadow could end up with a puncture at some point. I think there's nothing possible for Kun to win anything today. But I think as of right now, probably driver of the day should be Jonas. Starting in P3, then dropping down to P5, and then currently in the net lead of the race. So I think he should be driver of the day as of right now. Because commentator's curse. Probably won't be something, and he nearly loses it after touching Shadow. That nearly was the commentator's curse as I was talking about him being great today. So I think I should just stop praising people. But he lost a lot of time there. Shadow is still on the verge of winning the race. Simon lost that place to Luis for P3. Of course, it does not matter right now, but Shadow would currently pass. No, he would not. He would not pass Simon. Kazai is getting closer to Prince, and once he overtakes him, it's officially done. Unless he spins out and crashes, but Kun needs to win. So there won't be anything happening anymore for that. Jonas now going for the fastest lap too, probably. There's now Kazai. Down the inside of Prince. He's still right there. Prince lost their place. Kazai, of course, on soft, the fastest guy on track. And Jonas is right there again on Shadow. 5/10. And this time he is even closer than last lap. Coming down to the last corner. This time when he doesn't touch him, it doesn't make a mistake, he will probably get him on the straight. It's 4/10 between them. And the DRS is open, but Shadow also has the DRS open. Drag race in Brazil between the Mercedes and the Toro Rosso. I mean, we would need a safety car for that, but I would really like it. Like really getting a drag race between them. Now this time, DRS for Jonas, who tried to make that move on Shadow. Around the outside into turn 3, he still has to stay behind him, touching with him. Nearly losing the car, but he kept it on the track. And here someone needs to find a way of getting past Shadow. I mean, there wasn't a real drag race, to be honest. Because, you know, Kazai is faster, of course, on straight, but Kazai gets past Marty now up into P7, and now he might even be able to, if he really keeps getting faster and faster, he will maybe even overtake Kun on track to end it all. Jonas now touching Shadow again into the last corner in the braking zone. Now Jonas now got past him. He's in the lead of the race. Will Shadow make a move down the inside, late move. And yeah, Jonas will keep that place, nearly touching him. And now, due to this battle, Luis got closer, Simon gets another penalty that won't affect his race. And Kazai only 3.6 seconds behind. Kun, of course, the championship is decided at the moment, unless... I mean, what am I even saying? Championship is decided, because there won't be a win for Kun anymore. But of course, the podium for today isn't decided yet. Jonas was the fastest lap, which doesn't affect anyone anymore. And I can just look at the penalty stand. Shadow hasn't got a single penalty yet. Lucas has got none, too. Or he has got 2 warnings, though. Stuyven has got 1. Last lap. Drips has got a lot of penalties. Might even lose another place. Kun has 1. Kazai hasn't got a single warning yet. Oh, he got 1 last lap. Just wanted to say that. And Shadow's losing that time. But of course, maybe he would even lose that race. Oh, nearly quitted the session now. Jonas has got one penalty. Yeah, he's got one penalty, so currently he would lose that race. To Shadow. Yeah, I think that's penalty, so because I maybe had anyway. I think they have them. Yeah, they have the same amount of penalties. I think. Oh no, I think at the moment, yeah, I think at the moment he's not even ahead of so far, but he needs to gain 3 chances, so that would maybe do it for him. But 4 laps to go. We've got a battle for the win. Yellow flag. It was Ola Hoopin in turn 1. Maybe there was a touch between him and Jonas. I don't know. Doesn't matter anyways in the end of the race. Yeah, Shadow. Wait. Oh yeah, Shadow just got a penalty, so it's even over for him. Jonas, of course, one penalty only. Luis hasn't got one, so maybe even a win for Luis. Stuyven has got one, so podium for Stuyven possible. Luis now trying to overtake Shadow around the outside into turn 3, touching with Shadow. He's staying on the throttle, and he's got him. And now it will be Stuyven also got past now. So 2.7 seconds. So Jonas needs to gain 3 tenths in the last 3 laps, 3 to 4 laps. Now Kuhn, first time in a long time, getting closer to the guy in front. Only 3 tenths between him and Drips. I think he will finish in front of Drips anyways, but of course maybe one overtake for him in the race would be good for himself. Having that feeling of overtakes again. Sandra retired from the session in the pits, but I think we won't have any safety car because of that. I'm not quite sure if they patched it out or something, but he's out of the race. First race didn't go well at all, and with a few laps to go, but we've only got 3 laps to go, so I think there's no safety car possible as Cryptox made a mistake. Cryptox definitely made a mistake there, losing their place to Jonas, who's now finishing in the points. Jonas comes into the pits again. He wants another fastest lap. He just lost their place again. As the AI of Sandra is still driving slowly on the track. As he is now parked after a long time. Jonas dropping down into last place. Not the best comeback for him, but Brain is now overtaking Mozzol again. At the moment, Jonas is losing P1 by 3 tenths of a second. There's only one warning needed for Luis to win the race, to lose that first place. Diamond won't get any of them, so Jonas will finish in P2, 1 or P2, probably. Shell losing a lot of time. Even team orders won't help him now. As he finally got past Drips, because I right behind Drips, but Kuhn, with 2 laps to go, it's done. Martin and Drips still fighting really hard for that place. Luis is now out of the 3-second gap that he needed. As Jonas now starts the final lap of Season 2 of the OSRL F1 Tier 1 Season 2 in Brazil. It was a great season, of course, with all of drivers really being close, really having a lot of great battles. After Silverstone it even got better, and that's going to be on board for the final lap. with him, even though there's still a big battle going on for P4. Shadow, Kuhn, Drips, and Kazai all there. But of course, everyone got penalties, so I think Kazai could even move up to P4 in the end. As Drips is now right behind it as he's touching a bit with Shadow. There's now Kazai right behind it, getting past Shadow too. And I think he didn't get a puncture, which is definitely a bit crazy to see that he survived for such a long time. But now Jonas is coming to the last sector. It's the last corner of the season for him, as he will come home in P1. He will win the Brazilian Grand Prix. Kazai gets past Drips again. Last overtake of the season for him. Jonas, the other Jonas, sets the fastest lap, but Jonas wins the Brazilian Grand Prix of the OSRL F1. Luis comes over the line in P2. He's so close for P1, but now Kuhn and Kazai coming right into over the start-finish straight after each other, and Kazai in P4. He has won the OSRL F1 Tier 1 Season 2. Congratulations to the Mercedes driver. Kuhn dropping down to P6 in the end, Drips dropping down to P9, although who will be getting the last points probably, as Cryptox is coming on P11. But Kazai did everything he needed to do to win this race, to win the championship, not this race of course, but he finished in P4. He even finished in front of Kuhn, but he's the winner of Season 2, and I think he will be very, very happy about this. Although now coming over the line, he has a lot of penalties I guess, so Cryptox should probably get the last point case. Yeah, he gets another 5-second penalty, so Cryptox will be finishing in the points. And Jonas is the last guy to come home in Season 2 to finish it off, coming over the line, spinning it before it comes over the line, and is it done for Season 2 of the OSRL F1 Tier 1. What a great race to end the season off. We've got everything was in it. So I think I hope you all of you guys in the stream enjoyed it. So yeah, I hope that I can talk to the guys right now, to Kazai and Kuhn, just about what happened. So you can see the final standings again. Luis only 57 thousandths of a second behind Jonas Stuyven, getting another podium here. Jonas last season in P2, winning it this season. Stuyven in P3 last season in P3 too. Kazai last season in P4 too. So we've had a lot of guys finishing the same place as last season. But now, of course, it's not what it's really about. It's of course Kazai winning the championship today. And I'll just be inviting all of the guys now to just talk to them and catch up with them, to just hear what they are thinking about the whole race. So I'm pretty excited to talk to them. So we have got Kuhn. There's a lot of guys joining us, I think, so definitely be trying to talk to all of them. We've got, it's crazy to see how far we've come this season, but yeah, it was a really great race to end off the season. Hello mate, congrats on winning the championship.
Ooh. Yes, thanks.
Hello.
Oh, what a race this was.
That was incredible.
Yeah, it was so close. Yeah, congrats Joe on the win and Kazai on the championship.
Thank you. Oh.
So, starting off first now, Jonas, how close was it? How stressful was it?
Yeah, the last lap was horrible, man. I was trying so hard to not make a mistake. It was 0.057. That's literally nothing. So yeah, I was also on 2 warnings, so 1 more warning, and
Yeah.
I would have lost it. So that was
You would fish behind me then as well.
yeah. I don't
Maybe.
even,
Yeah, I
3.5
was close as well.
Yeah.
I was 3. Yeah,
was
it
close.
gonna be close.
Lewis was also on 1 penalty, on 1 warning left. So
What
Ah,
incredible.
yeah,
Was it a finish to the line?
yeah,
No,
for penalties.
Oh,
So-
okay.
that 1 penalty. Oh my god.
But yeah, what happened under the safety car? Because I saw a lot of people getting penalties there. Like it was
I
really
don't know.
close. And because I lost 3 or 4 places under the safety car, I think, on the restart.
Nah, yeah, when it restarted, yeah.
Yeah,
I tried to go. I went around the outside and I saw you behind me, and I don't know what happened then after that.
Yeah, so Lewis had a perfect restart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit... Yeah. I just
Yeah.
can't keep up with him, so I was... Yeah, Steven, you went around my outside, or what? After the restart in turn 1?
Yeah, I went so basically the inside of turn 1 and then the outside of turn 2.
Okay, yeah, then I was a bit scared, and then Drip came and pushed me a bit wide. I went off the throttles, because, yeah, I don't need to fight that much to win
Yeah.
the championship, so, yeah. it was-
Yeah, I knew that, so that's why I went for the gap. And yeah, to be honest, it's really disappointing to be leading for about half the race and then just the pace on the mediums wasn't as strong as on the softs. I felt like on the softs I could have a good exit and be about 7/10 ahead on the straights, and that would be enough to defend, but did not have that advantage on the mediums, which sucks.
one thing that I really noticed was that Kuhn wasn't able to really keep up with everyone in the DRS train.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
was
know.
losing a lot of time.
We were in this crazy DRS train for
Yeah.
15 laps. It was so
Super
incredible.
Yeah, I
It
couldn't
was
get
so much
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't get past Luis as well. Once he passed me, I just could not get past or get anywhere near him. Because
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
couldn't
constantly
get
had
good
good
exit.
Yeah,
I knew you had a penalty, so I tried to push as much as possible to stay near you, and yeah, I got a penalty as well then. So
Yeah, lucky.
yeah, I felt like this was one to I could have won and probably should have, but yeah, the pace on the mediums was just not there.
What a race.
Yeah, it was
Very
really
good.
tense.
What a race, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't know what happened to Drips there, to be honest, because my game said illegal overtake, so I passed you, and then
On
just
lap
wait.
1, in this turn I passed you, and the game gave me 5-second time penalty for severe collision. But where was this collision?
Yeah, we
I don't understand.
yeah, it's a code master
don't know
thing.
why.
Yeah, I was a bit scared. I saw you guys behind me overtaking each other.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, don't crash into me, please.
Not do a Baki.
And then at the end of the safety car on the straight, I touched slightly the back of Steiben. I got another 5-second time penalty.
What?
So-
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, no one noticed. I swear to you, this on turn 4, I passed you normally. 5-second time penalty. This game is very shit, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, okay, but nice race. You made the train for like 20 or 15 laps.
Yeah, because
Holy
DRS
shit.
so OP, I was like 8/10 ahead before the straight, and every time I pulled away a little bit, the slipstream then, couldn't make a difference, so
What a
just
race.
couldn't pull. Then I timed my pit stop really well. Luis got held up by Kasai, because we were in the garage earlier, so we could jump ahead of him, even though I was already ahead of him. Then Joe was like right behind me already.
Yeah, I was trying to overtake you, but
just could not keep you behind. You were just too fast. You were like a second faster than me after a couple of
As soon as I got out of the DRS, it was
Flow.
pretty straightforward.
I
pushing every
never
lap.
thought that the mediums would last 25 laps.
You can pit
I
on
thought
lap
everyone
12
would go
and go to the end.
I mean, Shadow did like, I don't know,
lap 2.
34 laps. Yeah, lap 2.
Flow.
I got to the end, so
so dumb. I went on hard. No sense.
Did you see me and Martin's battle on the stream?
I mean, I was trying to look at it, but like
There's so many
the battle
things
for
Yes.
P1, like the 6 guys DRS train was just so so close
Like
that
15, 15 laps we were just switching positions like
Yeah.
over and over again. Maybe 18 laps or something. So crazy. No,
I
more.
think me, Drips,
20.
and Kazoo were like free wide once on a straight
Yeah.
pass.
Yeah.
Pretty scary
Then
because I
Kazai
didn't like
was
passed
so
me and
fucking
you,
scared.
and then we
Yeah,
passed
same.
them both in one turn.
What happened to Ola Hoop? I saw we were fighting and then he went off the track.
I have no idea what happened to him, to be honest. I just saw him getting a lot of penalties and spinning somewhere in turn 1. So, I don't know.
This 15 laps, I think everyone made the same lap time.
Yeah.
Everyone was stuck.
Except for
No.
Hood, who didn't look like
Yeah.
he did the same
Middle
lap.
sector was so funny. Everyone tried to do a dummy or go around the outside.
Yeah.
It was
Luis
so nice.
was making such a strange line in this S turns at the end.
Yeah, I was
I don't-
completely white. I don't know.
Yeah, on the exit you were a bit
Yeah.
wide. Fun last race. Sad there wasn't rain, but it's okay.
Yeah, it was predicted. It's at like 10 minutes
Yeah, 10
on
minutes.
lap
Yeah,
30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could see that even in the stream that the clouds were just getting so dark.
yeah I was also wondering, but 10 laps to go, I was wondering, is there any rain? But just
Was hoping.
after the race.
If I could have just kept up with the train, I could have gotten P5 if I did something amazing and get P10. But where did Jonas finish?
Which Jonas? The other Ferrari?
First.
Jumawa.
Yeah, first.
You won.
Yeah, then never mind. Then I wouldn't get it. I would get Wheel of Gaming though, but yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have mind you slowing down and giving me the win.
But, like,
Nah.
overall, just coming back to the qualifying, I mean, because I had one of the best qualifying laps I've ever seen in league racing, to be honest, and this league, of course. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
179.
Was
Like,
was
was
on
that guy?
Leclerc level.
yeah, who was that guy in, I don't know, which was it? The esports series in Brazil. Who was the slowest guy there? That Chinese guy, whatever. I forgot the name. Tang or whatever. Like, it was
Should
faster
Should
than
I
him.
check out maybe
Seven,
if it's
yeah.
on the YouTube F1?
Louis just asked Sai, why did you pit again, or did you do a mistake?
I pitted again just for fun. To be
I
honest,
knew that.
Yeah, to overtake
Yeah.
Kuhn.
I knew.
I
Man.
wanted to overtake Kuhn again on track. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw, man. I wanted to overtake him too, but then you tried to overtake me, and yeah, I was a bit annoyed, but it's okay. I understood your situation.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the slowest guy in F1 Esports did a 108.0. So
Yeah.
it was like half a 10 fast.
So,
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but everyone, but they were racing without setup, I guess. How I
Yeah.
heard,
really?
or not?
No. In
I
the
think
exhibition
they-
race, they
Yeah,
are
they
using
were-
setups.
Ah, okay.
Which should be the one racing without setups.
Yeah, but every one of us was fast. The first 10 guys of us were very fast
Yeah.
today.
Qualifying was after my last run. P1 to P5 was like in
Yeah.
1/10. I don't know. Yeah.
But only
Yeah.
also Jonas. I saw his last sector wasn't good. He could have improved on 2/10,
Yeah.
3/10.
Yeah, my last sector wasn't great as well. I just kept messing up the final turn and just run wide. Honestly, that could have had me P2 or yeah, for sure P3, but yeah. Oh well. Next
I'm a
season
last
we hope for better.
I was like
I
I keep
20
going on
seconds.
it. Okay, yeah, bye.
Yeah, okay.
It was a great
Congrats
race.
again.
Goodbye.
Oh no, no races for
No,
like
Green. Goodbye.
When will the next season start?
2 months.
I can't give you a date yet, but in
2 months.
Oh wait.
Yes.
Wait.
No,
man.
please, no. I need a new league.
I mean, we'll be doing some events on Fridays, like for the time being until the new game comes out. But like,
Okay.
we've got we'll do break next week, like after the season, and then we'll have I think 7 weeks or something until the new game comes out on Friday. So we'll just do some things, some races there. But yeah,
Okay.
we'll be back in.
Okay.
I think one date that we're targeting is like the 24th of July to restart. Either the 17th or the 24th, as the game comes out on the 10th.
Oh,
Okay.
then 17th, please, 17th. Because I'm going on, I'm going
Yeah.
1 year away.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe.
Where are you going?
Maybe. America, but yeah.
I
Doesn't
guess
look too good.
it's
Yo.
difficult now.
Thing is,
Yeah.
you're gonna miss a race anyway, so why does it matter then? Yeah.
True.
Okay. So
So,
you have to
yeah.
decide which race you want to go on, which you prefer. Okay,
So,
my
yeah.
goal now, actually for next season, will be that I get a proper chance to drive at China, because twice my race has been screwed there with getting
Oh.
front wing damage at the first lap.
Need to improve on Spain. I hate this track so much.
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
Spain is such a shitty track.
sure,
man.
yeah, especially that bump coming into Sector 3, it's horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, I'm gonna go off now. Again,
Yeah.
it was a really fun season, and
Yeah.
yeah, see you guys.
So just for the
next
stream,
Me
so you
too,
can
guys,
just stay
I'd-
for a minute or so. Yeah, thanks
Okay,
for joining in for the post-race interviews, and yeah, thanks for driving in the league for season 2, and of course season 3 is coming up then, where you guys are driving
Soundfall.
again.
You're welcome. Thank you
Let's
for
go.
commentating.
No worries, no worries.
Yeah,
Just
very
for
good.
commentating and hosting the league, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Very,
cool.
very good organization.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All just said. Yeah. Bye, guys.
thank you guys.
Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching the stream. Bye guys. We'll be back for tier 2 this evening.